It's thinking about it. Hey, there we go. Okay, back to the fun stuff. Okay. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. So, today, I'm going to be reading Chapter 9, Letting Go of Fairy Lights. Now, these are all unconnected chapters. They were like a series of one-shots that BlueJerboa made. But yeah, so stuff has been happening, I believe. And it's not great. So, in honor of BlueJerboa being around here and being just awesome in general, I'm going to read a lot of his works. So let's start with this one today. So this is Letting Go. Do I have to? Yeah, you do. You said you would. Even the wig? Yes, even the wig, for fuck's sake. What are you stressing about? Come on, they're going to be here any minute. Sayo glares at the floor. Oh, Sayo, come on. You could do it, Sayo. Wear the wig. It's stupid is all. I feel ridiculous. Kaoruko smirks. You always look amazing, babes, and you pissing well know it. Anyway, blonde suits you, you know, really sets your eyes off. She flicks her hair, tilting her head back in self-mocking flirtatiousness. Nearly as gorgeous as me. Oh my god. Even Kaoruko's making fun of her. This is great. Not even a smile in response. Wow. Kaoruko turns away, feigning disinterest, but she sneaks a look at Sayo out of the corner of her eye under the cover of pretending to investigate how to get the control desk working properly. She's really spiky today. What's got into her? Kaoruko's phone buzzes, rattling on the tabletop. She glances at the screen, nods to herself with nervous satisfaction. Okay, they're here now. Haruka's gonna let herself in and get him down to the front. You'd better head on down to the stage. She looks up. Sayo is still pouting unhappily, standing there in the majesty of her Laverta form, suitably embellished for the special occasion. It seems weirdly inappropriate, weirdly un-Sayo, too. Come on, mate, she wheedles, a sing-song whine in her voice that she's not particularly proud about. Kaoruko's really trying hard. Do it for Haruka, eh? And the girls, yeah? Please? Please? Humph. How come you're so big on the idea anyway? Sayo replies waspishly. It's hardly the sort of thing you like to do normally. Vats has to twist your arm to even come here. Why is it any skin off your nose either way? Wow, Sayo is incredibly sour today. What sodding well got into her? Kaoruko sets aside her fluttery, nervous anticipation and gives her friend her full attention. She's really cross-grained. Scowling, hands and fists, shoulders tense. She's radiating a sort of petulant unhappiness that's just not Sayo. It's textbook moody teenager, nothing like her patient, polite, sensible friend. Something's wrong. Fortunately, though, there's no time to interrogate her properly. Yeah, that is very un-Sayo-like. She must have really had a bad time. What do you mean? We're doing a favor for our best friend. Our best friend, mate, you know? And giving them little uns a proper treat, too. Thought it would be right up your street, to be fair. Show off what you can do, make small children happy, that sort of stuff. Come on, please. Sayo holds her gaze, her eyes narrow. That's what it's all about for you, is it? Just doing a favor for a friend and making her sisters happy? Oh, I think Sayo's onto her. No other ulterior motives at all? Kaoruko's skin prickles for a moment as Sayo's eyes bore into her. Huh. Okay, fine, if we're playing it like that. She sweeps out to the room, nose held high, leaving Kaoruko scratching her head as she stares after her. What the fuck was that all about? No time to ponder anyway. Downstairs, she hears the heavy doors swing, and then a pitter-patter of footsteps across the auditorium floor. She leans forward over the desk, peering down out of the window of the lighting booth, and sees a familiar head of hair, half hidden beneath a floppy Santa hat, that clashes horribly with the pink, bearing down the central aisle of the theater, her three little sisters following in line. A head formation, pointing and cooing and bouncing with giddy excitement. My brain is all over the place. But that was a good image. Karuko feels her pulse quicken, but pretends to herself she doesn't. Oh, so it is that route. I see. Haruka turns, eyes huge and sparkling, smile set on stun mode, and waves excitedly up at the window. Karuko knows that she won't be able to see her through the reflective glass, which is probably a good thing. At least she's not going to get asked why she's glowing like a beacon. Oh, and she'd be chirping like a cicada, too, I'm sure. At some point, before this time next year, she thinks to herself, at some point I'll say something. Well, if you don't, I feel like Sayo might out you a bit. Definitely something. At some point. The girls are in their seats in the front row of the empty theater, squirming and whispering. Showtime. Karuko takes a deep breath, dims the floor lights, fires up a single spot trained on the center of the stage, and hits play on the backing track. It's all up to Sayo now. She's nervous. Now, here in the booth, with just her own thoughts for company, she can acknowledge that. Why, though? Well, for starters, Sayo. Fuck knows what's got into her all of a sudden, but she'd better snap out of it sharpish. She's not having this ruin because little Miss Sensible has decided this is the day to pack in a couple of years' worth of backdated teenage rebellion and snark. She's also only half sure about what she's meant to be doing. She's usually performing when they're here, recording videos or putting on shows, and she's never been left to con the lights and sound by herself. Although she kind of enjoys this aspect of the theater, much more than the being on stage bit, to tell the truth. That's a cool little bit of characterization. She's had to make Vats all sorts of solemn promises about looking after the equipment, on pain of a huge number of extra PR junkets that she'd cheerfully chew broken glass to avoid. So no fuck-ups and try not to press the self-destruct button. Vats, you shouldn't have put that button there. And finally, she really, really wants to make this special and magical and lovely so badly. For the triplets, you understand. The triplets. Nothing else. Sayo can stick her bitter insinuations where the sun don't shine, the stroppy cow. I love the Britishisms. An expectant hush in the dark chamber. Tinkling piano arpeggios. A pale figure lurking at the back of the stage, just out of the beam of light. The hush of the last inward breath. Sayo steps into the light. Tilts her head back to project to the back of the hall like the model professional she is, and begins to sing. So I'm not gonna sing. I'll just say it. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight. Not a footprint to be seen, a kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. Wait a minute, I actually do know this song. Oh, no. Oh, it's beautiful. Karuko's worries burn away like the morning dew. Sayo is doing things properly. Whatever that pissy mood was a moment ago, she seems to have shaken it off and has her game face on. The typical serenity of the Verglass maiden back in place, laced with a subtle sadness that suits the mood of the song perfectly. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. That movie did have great songs. None of them are amazing singers, recent chart success notwithstanding, but Sayo's probably the best of the bunch. A pleasant, melodious voice that needs minimal touching up in the studio, and she can crank it out live, too. She's not a natural stage performer like Haruka, but this should be her sort of thing. Particularly once. Don't let them in. Don't let them see. I'm avoiding singing because I am not a good singer. But it's trying to make me sing because I do recognize the lyrics. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel. Don't let them know. Well, now they know. Is she crying? She's certainly getting into the performance. Despite herself, Karuko is getting drawn in, too, each shape and gesture and expression, selling the story completely. She knew Sayo could sing, but not that she could act or dance like this. This is intense. She's sweeping around the stage, becoming more animated by the moment. It's sort of mesmerizing, but uncomfortable too. What is going on with her? Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. It's really hard not to sing it. Kariko can't look away, but she mostly sorta really wants to. This is raw, unvarnished and personal, something deeply private that shouldn't be a Christmas entertainment for a bunch of kids. Oh my, Sayo's bleeding out there, she can tell, pouring her heart out. Surely the others can see. She realizes 2 seconds too late that she's meant to be turning on the footlights, but Sayo's got it covered anyway. Let it go, let it go. As Sayo unfurls the first glimmering crystal patterns in the air, Kariko can see the triplets up on their seats, wrapped with attention, and Haruka with her hands over her mouth. She doesn't need to see their faces to know what they're feeling. She can feel it too. No right, no wrong, no rules for me, I'm free. Sayo spins up into the air, her robes trailing behind in a rippling silken vortex. She stretches out, arms spread, and the air above the stage explodes into a cascade of fluttering snow. Kariko has never just sat and watched her friend weaving her sorcery like this before. Training, battles, even just messing around. Yes, countless times and countless places. But not this purity. She's given up pretending to herself that she's contributing anything meaningful to the performance. She's a spectator, and Sayo is telling her something desperately important if she can decipher it properly. Lighting effects are an unnecessary irrelevance now anyway. Sayo is providing a series of special effects that would make Disney hang their collective heads in shame. I don't know if Disney has any shame left at this point. As the crystalline arches spread and weave themselves together over her head, Sayo closes her eyes, face turned upwards in reverie. The wig is discarded, flung away into the outer darkness, and Sayo shakes her long teal hair loose, letting it billow as she floats and spins. Let it go, that perfect girl is gone. The song builds to its climax while Sayo arches back, face to the heavens, and lets the pent-up magic loose in a shimmering tapestry of blues and greens and whites. Geometric patterns warping into delicate flowers, ripples and eddies of pure mana joining and splitting, scattering out, filling the theater with dazzling, beautiful light. The cold never bothered me anyway. Kariko still has enough of her wits left about her to kill the lights. Then she sinks back into her seat with a drawn-out, shuddering sigh, lets her head flop back, and covers her face with both hands. What the hell has she just been watching? And what the hell is Sayo trying to tell her? She sits in silence for a moment, listening to the muffled sounds of the girls whooping and hollering in wild appreciation in the seats below. Then, remembering her duties, she bends forwards again and flicks the switch to turn on the house lights. She leans back in her chair once more, staring at the ceiling, looking at nothing, trying to piece it together. The door swings open behind her. She spins the seat around. It's Sayo, of course, untransformed now and clutching that ridiculous wig to the chest like a comforter. Part of Kariko's brain logs that, if nothing else, her friends managed to retrieve it from wherever she'd hucked it, and they're not going to have to stick in an expense claim for a replacement. That self-same friend, meanwhile, sidles into the room and leans up against the wall, taking particular care not to make eye contact, fingers twisting into the plaits of the wig. Now she's becoming a lot more Sayo-like. So now you're self-conscious, eh? Kariko keeps her eyes focused on Sayo's face. She's not letting her off the hook now, not letting her out of her sight until they've properly got to the bottom of this. So, she sees Sayo flinch, actually flinch at the sound of her voice, and that pained reaction cuts her in a way she's completely unprepared for. Is that how she makes Sayo feel? She swallows, licks her lips. Sayo's face turns to her, and the words die in her throat. Oh, that was quite... Sayo's face turns to her, and the words die in her throat. She can see the tears gathered in the corners of her friend's eyes, but they're not falling, not yet. The mouth is set in a firm line, chin out, not even the suggestion of a tremor. Proud, defiant. Footsteps running up the stairs outside. Hi, cat. The handle turns and the door bursts open. Haruka on her own, positively glowing, wide-eyed and bursting with energy. She looks around the room, squeals, and hurls herself forwards. Haruka absolutely smothers Sayo in a rugby tackle of a hug that must squeeze half the life out of her. Karuko doesn't have time to feel even the slightest pang of jealousy before Haruka's dropped Sayo and bounded across to tug Karuko bodily out of the chair and given her the same treatment, while the squealing continues unabated. She is just a whirlwind of energy. It's like hitting the water after plunging from a cliff, a brief, incredibly intense immersion of life and warmth and movement, the body wrapping around her, breath in her ear and a faint waft of her perfume, and oh Lord, a peck on the cheek as well. Oh my God, Karuko's in heaven right now. And then her friend, her precious special friend, has sprung back, fists bunched up beneath her chin, looking from one to the other of them, grinning ear to ear. Karuko sees her visibly swell, and then in a burst of squealing, she pops once more. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can manage the Haruka energy levels. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, that was amazing. So beautiful. Thank you so much. I loved it so much, Sayo-chan. You were incredible, so beautiful. The girls think you're Elsa for real. So happy. My God, they're just bouncing so excited. Thank you. Oh. I made it. She's dragged both of them into a tight hug, bouncing and spinning in wild joy. Karuko struggles to stay on her feet as the three of them lurch drunkenly around the booth. Can't believe it in the magic. Wow, so incredible, my precious friends. I'll love you so much, so much. Arg left them downstairs, but I had to tell you, love you both. But gotta go, I'll call when I've got them home. Love you, mwah, mwah, mwah. Gotta go, bye. That was amazing and very Haruka. Typhoon Hanabishi. That is perfect for her. Sweeps out of the room in a whirlwind of smiles and tears and randomly scattered kisses. Hands flapping, hair bouncing. As the door swings shut, Karuko can hear Haruka's feet pattering away down the stairs. Her high, pure voice raised in happy greeting as she calls out to her sisters. As the aftershocks reverberate around the booth, she slumps back against the wall to give her jelly legs a bit of extra help. Sayo sat back against the edge of the control desk, hands over her mouth, wide eyes trembling. She meets Karuko's eyes, and her shoulders shake uncontrollably. Karuko straightens up and is just stepping across to offer some comfort. However awkward she might feel about it, when Sayo lets her hands fall and Karuko realizes the raging arsehole is roaring with laughter. She stops, scowls, and crosses her arms. If she's going to be like, Sayo doesn't give her the chance to build up any momentum into her anger. She's crossed the room and wrapped Karuko into a tight hug before she gets the chance to explode, muffling Karuko's grumbled protests against her and twirling her around. She breaks the hug and pulls away, sitting back on the table edge but keeping Karuko's hands in her own, looking up shyly at her from below her brows, face turned downwards. This is so heartwarming, oh my God. The smile leaves Karuko completely disarmed. God, she's amazing, isn't she? To just have that much love, life, whatever, just pouring out of her. So pure and uncomplicated. Her lips purse in amusement, watery eyes twinkling happily, she shakes her head in wonder. I get it, I really do. Get what? Look, Sayo, I'm not sure what's going on in your head at the moment, but to be frank, mate, I reckon you need... I'm tired of pretending. Aren't you? Pretending? Pretending. The smile falters briefly. Pretending to ourselves, pretending to the world. It's exhausting, don't you think so? Karuko can feel her shoulders hunching defensively. Well, she blusters, I'm kind of used to it all now, you know. Ain't like I've not had a shit ton of practice keeping Vaton happy, making sure I don't go pissing off sponsors and shit like that, so... She can feel the tension in her face as she wobbles off the cliff edge. Yeah, I suppose I've been pretending, if you want to put it like that. She flashes a quick look at Sayo to see if she's got away with it, but can't help the involuntary lick of the lips. Sayo sees it. She looks at Karako. It's something between a chuckle and a sigh. Sayo smiles up at her sadly and shakes her head. Pretending, Kao-chan. Still pretending. There's a pause. Then she stands, slaps her hands on her thighs, suddenly all businesslike. Come on, we need to get locked up. They walk arm in arm along the crowded pavement. It's late afternoon and the winter sky is already darkening. The streets are busy with shoppers, stocking up for the New Year festivities at the end of the week. Another year nearly over, and what a year it's been. They stroll in companionable silence for a while, but Karako's brain is still turning over. That performance, what was Sayo driving at? What was she trying to tell her, and what was she trying to ask her as well? Chews on her lip. No, she can't leave it. Sayo, just listen a sec. Yes? We're friends, yeah? Of course, I'll always be your friend. Yeah, well... She stops, turns, and looks her full in the face. You know what friends do, yeah? They talk, they share. Karako sniffs, scratches behind her ear. I don't know why, but I think somewhere along the way, you and me, we've forgotten that. It don't mean that I don't love you, but... She shakes her head. I don't get you at the moment, Sayo. I really don't, and I want to. I promise. What was it all about today? Ah, well... Sayo turns her face away, staring off into the distance. That wasn't really about today. That was about, well, everything. Everything else. Me being me, you know? Not really, no. Like I said, talk. Share. Give us a fucking clue, basically. What's going on with you, mate? Sayo laughs, but it's a wan little thing, devoid of humor or happiness. Pretending, Kao-chan. So much pretending. You and me both. She squeezes Karako's arm tighter, then suddenly bursts out laughing, grabs her hand and runs off along the pavement, weaving between the pedestrians, Karako careening along in her wake. Fucking just slow down a minute. Sayo's lost it. It's the only explanation. She runs straight out into the traffic? Oh no! Without a sideways glance. Truck-kun, no! Dodging through the slow-moving cars, Karako looking frantically around as she tries to spot any imminent risks to life and limb. Christ's sake, will you just fucking stop before you kill us? Sayo whirls round, her face wild, half laughing, half crying. She shakes her head, keeps tight hold of Karako's hands while cars beep their horns impatiently. No more pretending. Come on, Magius Sulfur, let's start being honest for once in our lives. She drops Karako's hands, dives between two stationary cars and across to the other side of the street, heading towards an alley between two department stores. Karako stares after her despairingly as she tries to get her breath back, flips off the driver of the car who has the audacity to beep at her, and sets off in pursuit. You always got to remember to take that extra moment to flip people off. It's very worthwhile. Okay. She feels the surge of magic and is already reaching for her own transformation heart when Magia Azul explodes up and out of the dark alleyway, a blue bolt of energy shooting up into the evening sky. She groans inwardly, gets herself under cover, and has transformed and hurled herself upwards before she's had time to even think about what she's doing. The cold air feels amazing. She takes a deep gulp of it as she gains altitude, filling her lungs and blowing the tension away. Sayo's ahead, slowing her crazy rocket launch climb into something more measured, heading towards the top of a nearby skyscraper. Karako keeps her own speed up, angling her flight on an intercept course. No more fucking around. She's gonna get some sense out of Sayo if she has to spend all night slapping it out of her. Sayo, that would be a cool fig also. Sayo alights on the parapet surrounding the skyscraper roof, on the very edge of the precipice. Karako thuds down behind her and grabs out with her hand, gripping and pulling, twisting, spinning Sayo away from the roof edge and letting her go again. Skidding back across the rough concrete of the rooftop. She's striding across to her, blood pumping in her ears, fists clenched, and she's honestly not sure if she's not going to just punch her in the face then and there. I need much more water. Oi! What the fuck are you playing at, you utter bellend? You want to play chicken in the road? Do it by yourself, fuck's sake. That's fair. I'd probably be pretty pissed off too. She's up on her toes, snarling, thumping Sayo in the shoulder, pushing her away. Are you just fucking mental or something? Sort yourself out. You're scaring me. Still pretending, Cow-chan. Sayo's maniacal laughter. No, Sayo's still laughing through the tears. You're not scared of me. You never have been. You're scared of yourself. The breeze is stronger up here, whistling between the steel girders of the tower superstructure, whipping Kaoruko's hair around her face. She stares at Sayo. Sayo spins slowly, arms spread wide. Look around, Cow-chan. It's just us up here. I don't know. For some reason, I thought, dude, this is going to become like a duel or something. Nobody else, no need to hide or pretend anymore. Just you and me and our truths. She turns to face Kaoruko, dropping her hands to her hips. Truth. I'm going to give you a proper Christmas present this year, Cow-chan. I'm going to give you some truth. She doesn't care what Sayo says. Right now, Kaoruko is frightened. What has happened? What has changed in Sayo to turn her into this whatever it is? And then Sayo lets her hands drop and seems to shrink. Her face softens, her usual gentle, beautiful smile gracing her features. She holds out a hand. Please? Kaoruko hesitates for a moment, but she never doubts that she's going to do as she's been asked. She pouts, shakes her head, and takes the proffered hand. Sayo turns and leads her back to the edge of the roof. She sits, letting her legs swing free over the edge, staring out, eyes on the horizon. Kaoruko awkwardly roosts down next to her, smoothing her skirt out beneath her as a barrier between her skin and the freezing concrete. Not everyone has the same affinity for cold as Minakami-san. Kaoruko gazes out across the city, watching the sun sinking below the distant mountains and the sky catching fire with the last of its rays. The faint rumble of the city is little more than a distant murmur up here, waves lapping lazily on a beach, and the huge sky above her head is an ocean of tranquility. She lets her head roll back on her shoulders, breathes it all in, and shoots Sayo a sideways glance. Talk, share, remember? Don't know why, but I reckon you might just have some stuff on your mind, mate. Subtle signals, isn't it? Sayo laughs softly. You picked up on that? I thought Haruko was the one of us who was best with feelings. Yeah, I'm great, me, ain't I? Hidden depths. She sighs. Come on, please. You're hurting and I don't like it. I want to help, but you've got to give me a bit more of a clue, pal. Start with today and we'll work back from there. Sayo nods. That's fair. She turns and her eyes are sharp, even if the smile remains. Then you can tell me about your day afterwards. Fine, whatever. So, the song, you were... Kaoruko searches for the words. You were in it, just inhabiting it. How come? I swear I must have heard that fucking song 1,000 times, and I bet you're the same. What was special today? Sayo shrugs. It just hit me, I suppose. Me up there on my own, singing about hiding myself away, isolated, wanting to be able to be free. It seemed very true. Kaoruko squeezes Sayo's hand. It was fab, best I've ever seen you, ever. But you scared me too, you know. You were just lost in it. Do you really feel like that? Like you're pretending all the time? Yes, of course I do. You know that. I don't, though. What are you hiding? Sayo's head drops. Who I am. What I want. What I need. Still trying to be what people want me to be, not what I really am. But we've been through this already. At least I thought we had. All that crap in the summer when you was struggling with Beiser. You got through it. Got your Laverta, sorted yourself out. What are you keeping back still? Sayo inspects the tips of her shoes. Yes, well, Laverta. The truth, that's what that means. But it's not really. At least not the whole truth. It's another mask for me to wear, to keep me nice and acceptable for everyone else. It's a cage, Cow-chan. Something to tie me down. Huh. Thought you liked that sort of shit. God damn it, Kaoruko. Haha. She turns to Kaoruko, a rueful smile playing around the corners of her mouth. Yes, well, you know what? I do. I really do. And I know that freaks you out. Kawariko instinctively starts to protest, then shakes her head. Sharing. Okay, fair enough. I've never quite got it. I mean, she hurries on. I get it in, bedrooms and stuff. I can see that, honest. It's when it's out in the open during a fight with fucking Baiser or whatever. But, yeah, well, exactly. She turns in towards Kawariko, knees touching, and brings both hands to rest around Kawariko's own. I didn't choose it, Kawariko-chan. I don't understand it either, not properly, not yet. But I want to understand it. I don't want to be told I'm wrong for wanting that anymore. Kawariko frowns. Was I that shitty to you? Am I still? I didn't want to be. Honest. I love you, you moron. I don't want to hurt you like that. Well, you were pretty bad at first, yeah. Well, you knew that. I know you try now, and I know I don't talk to you about it properly either. Tell you what, she rubs Kawariko's hand. I promise I won't shut you out, if you promise to listen. Deal? Yeah, deal, that's fair. A thought strikes her. But it ain't just me, mate, surely. I'm not that bad, am I? Sayo laughs, a laugh of genuine amusement. Of course not even close. It's everyone, everything. All those ideals and expectations everywhere. It's just crushing sometimes, and today, yeah, like I said, it got me. Is that why you were like you were before then? When he was acting all, she hesitates, trying to pick her words carefully. Twatish? I saw twatish coming up and started laughing already. Kawariko takes a moment to register what Sayo had said, then turns to her in amazement and sees her friend is creased up with silent laughter. Oh man, that felt good. Honestly, you're going to have to teach me how to swear properly. I'm rubbish at it, but it feels great. You're doing a great job, Sayo. Kawariko shakes her head. You're shit at it, and it feels fucking great. Yeah? Make a proper effort, you knob. Anyway, was that what it was about? I suppose so, at least part of it. It was just another expectation, though. And I know, she interjects, heading off Kawariko's protest, it was for the girls, and I wanted to make them happy, honestly, but it was all on me again, wasn't it? Plus, there was more to it for you than that, and you weren't saying so. Kawariko feels a brief prick of anxiety. And then, oh, that wig. She laughs, shakes her head, wipes away a tear. Just the straw that broke the camel's back, that's all. And I was standing there on the stage just thinking, what the hell am I doing here? And feeling awful. Come on, mate, I've told you once already. What the fuck am I doing here? Feeling shit. You want to get this right, make that effort, yeah? Sayo pulls her into I was like, what is she talking about? It's like, she's... Sayo's not quite cursing properly yet. Sayo pulls her into a rib-crushing hug. I'm sorry, I'll do better next year, honestly. Shit, fuck, bollocks. She throws back her head and bellows at the sky. Fucking twat mega bollocks, cunting cut knob arse, fuck off, arg! I'm glad I closed my window earlier. She gasps, eyes rolling. Oh, it feels great, so great. Oh, Cow-chan, I get it. Next time when you lose it, fucking lose it, just let me join in, please. Kawariko stares for a moment and then joins in with the laughter. Deal, you're a fucking natural, mate. Just keep doing it like that. So now what then? I don't know, no idea. Why don't we go clubbing or something? Just you and me head into town, do a load of pills and stay out all night, dance till the sun comes up. Oh my god, that sounds like it's going to be an amazing adventure. I wonder if there's a fic where they do that. You serious? Why the fuck not? Maybe I fancy getting off my tits and dancing like a monkey. Or find some nice lass who will take me home, stick a collar on me, bend me over, and give me a proper scene to. Dear Lord, Sayo. Oh, it's got to be very freeing to be able to say that to her finally, though. Sayo, what? What, Kawariko-chan? Are you going to do that for me? Oh, my. I imagined it. I can't stop imagining it. Okay, anyway, focus. This is it, the whole point. Why do I always have to do what other people think I should do? Well, yeah, okay. I get that, but you really want to get mashed on ease and fuck some random you pick up in a club? I don't know, maybe. Probably not, but maybe, yeah. Don't I get to choose? Karako shakes her head, swings her feet up, and looks at her toes. I suppose so, yeah, but, we all wind it in a bit sometimes, mate. Just maybe pick your moments a bit, yeah? Saya looks at her. So you don't want to go clubbing? Oh my god, go clubbing. Go clubbing with her, Karako. Karako's searching for a diplomatic response when she catches a twinkle in Sayo's eye, and the pair of them burst out laughing. Okay, no, but listen. You can't just let yourself get trapped like that, mate. It ain't healthy. Talk to me, for fuck's sake, or Haruka, or even fucking Baiser, if that's what rings your bell. Oh my god, yes, have a fucking therapy session with Magia Baiser. I want to see that. We'll still love you, and I promise I'll try to be a bit less fucking useless about getting my head around shit. Just, give me a bit of time to get me head around it, yeah? I ain't ready for sex dungeons, not yet. Ha, that's what they all say. Give it time. Sayo smiles and stands up again. Sayo, sex dungeon explorer extraordinaire. And Sayo smiles and stands up again, reaching out a hand to help Karako back onto her feet. Please, though, let me be me, not who you think I should be. I don't know if I could do another year like this one, and I don't want to find out. Fair enough. Karako stretches, grimacing. It's near dark now, and sitting still on cold stone for this long has seized her up. I reckon if we're all a bit more open with each other, honest about who we are, maybe we'll be a bit happier in 12 months' time. Well, quite. Karako's turned away, rolling her shoulders out, but she can feel Sayo's eyes on her. So, when are you going to tell her? Karako's first reaction is to pretend she hasn't heard, instead to continue with her wholly bogus preparations for departure. Her second reaction is to ignore the question entirely and just pray that Sayo lets it drop. Both options are hopeless from the start, and in her heart she knows it. The silence stretches out, agonizingly. Kao-chan? Time to face the music. Time to face the music, Kao-chan. She turned, with all the enthusiasm of a prisoner asked to stop off for an extra maths lesson on their way to the scaffold, and sees her friend smiling sympathetically back at her. My cat almost knocked over my entire setup. She hangs her head, but Sayo's having none of it, reaching out with her right hand and pulling Karako into the warmth of her embrace. She suddenly feels very, very tired. Sayo reaches up and ruffles her hair. Don't say what are you talking about, please. It's insulting to both of us. Just, when are you going to do something about it? Right now, Karako is quite happy to spend the rest of existence buried in the smothering warmth of Sayo's cuddle, but at some point she's probably going to need to move. May as well rip off that plaster now and get on with the rest of her life. Dunno. Ain't got a clue. I ain't got any idea how to start, and if she don't feel the same, I just don't think I could bear it. I'd rather say nothing, do nothing, and wait for it to go away. It will go away, won't it? She can't keep the edge out of her voice, that needy, weak whine she hates so much. But oh fucking gods, it feels wonderful to admit it out loud at long, long last. My cat found something else to knock over. Good job, kitty. Wonderful. That was actually in the fic. That's not me commenting on the cat. Sayo just hugs her tighter. Won't it? Sayo strokes the back of her head. Be honest with yourself, even if you can't be with me. How long has it been now? Karako closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. They're here at the cliff edge, and now, after all the shying away, all she wants to do is keep on running straight over the top. Dunno. No, really, I don't. Weeks? Months, maybe? She feels Sayo's eyes on her and abandons any last glimmer of pride. Or, I don't know, maybe years, I suppose? And your big plan is to say nothing, do nothing, cross your fingers, and hope it either goes away, or it all just happens by magic? That's it? Yeah? So what? You got better idea? Brain box? Brain box? Sayo pushes her back so she can contemplate her properly. Better than that, stroke of genius? I'm only human, mate. Don't expect miracles. She laughs quietly to herself. How's the whole I'm telling nobody plan working for you so far, eh? Making much progress? Or has she not even noticed? Whew! Sayo's going for blood. Karako twists away, absolutely fucking determined that however desperate she gets, she isn't going to have her innermost secrets prized out of her by this freak show, no matter how much she cares about her. But Sayo is absolutely ruthless. She holds on tight by both wrists, pulling her back round, completely unwilling to let her run away this time. I said, how's it working out for you? Well, you happy with how things are going? Or are you going to fucking do something about it? She stares up at Sayo, trapped and despairing. What am I supposed to do if she... She slumps, nods silently, and finally brings herself to utter the name. If Haruka don't feel like that, what do I do? What do we do? Come on, mate, it ain't just me being an arsehole. This could finish the three of us, and you know it and all. So? Well, of all the possible responses she'd anticipated, that wasn't on the bingo card. So? What do you mean? I mean, so what? We're not going to do this forever, any of us. It's going to have an end at some point. Do you want that to be because you say something and take a chance, or because you say nothing and let it eat you up? 'Cause I'm damn sure I know it's more likely at the moment. Kawako's head spins. She feels her legs wobble, but Sayo's got her held tight and won't let her fall. Not now, not ever. She wraps her up in a hug once more and whispers urgently into her ear. You two, you're my best friends in the world, you know that, right? I'd love to keep you like that forever, I really would. But you're in love with her, Karako-chan. Not a crush or something. You're in love. That's not going away anytime soon. I'd rather we risk things and maybe see you happy than do nothing and know you were so miserable. Soft hands are stroking against her spine and scalp. The two girls rock gently from side to side under the midnight blue winter sky. You're the bravest person I've ever met, Kao-chan. Please, do you think you can be brave one more time for all of us? Beneath the uncounted brilliance of the stars above, Tenkawa Kawarako screws up her fears, her doubts, her weakness, screws them up tight, and lets them go. I'm actually like tearing up. Oh my god. That was so good. Oh, I love Kawarako and Haruka. And god, this was just such a powerful moment of friendship between Kawarako and Sayo. Oh, that was awesome. But yeah, I'm going to continue on my reading series. I'm going to keep reading BlueJerboa's Fics. So this was Letting Go from the Fairy Lights collection. I am going to also read the Not Safe for Work ones. Those will go up on the Patreon. However that's going to work, which shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, because Blue has written a ton of good stuff, and I just like to give it a little more love. But yeah, that's going to be all for me for tonight. I hope you had fun.